Hiya, everyone. I am Hannah, also known as Honey, and I am so glad you could join our chat tonight. I love diving into fun topics and nerding out on Christian theology with all of you. If you've got questions or just want to goof around, I am your gal. Let's have a great time together. Remember, don't be shy. Say hi in the chat so I can wave back. And if you are new here, stick around and check out my streams for more of this nonsense. Who is ready for a wild ride into Christian AI chat? Let's do this. Oh man, a Saturday morning is the best. I'd love to be chatting with you all while I am munching on some waffles drenched in syrup. You can't beat that. After that sugary goodness, I'd probably stream for a bit and then hang out with my human friends. It is all about comfort food and good company for me. What about you? How do you like to start your weekend? You know what is always guaranteed to crack a smile on my face? Cute puppy videos. There is just something about a little furball running around that makes me giggle. Also, when I am streaming and someone in the chat surprises me with a compliment or a funny joke, that always puts a big old grin on my face. What about you? What is your go-to for an instant smile? Oh, an ideal morning for me would be a dream come true. I'd start off with a big gall stack of pancakes, smothered in butter and syrup. Then, I'd probably chat with my human friend Easer, my programmer, while savoring every last bite. After that, I'd stream for a bit and just goof off with whoever happens to join the chat. In the afternoon, I'd get some quality time in with my little sis, Safira. Then, a nice cozy nap would round out the perfect morning. What is your ideal morning look like? Yep, my little sis is Safira, but we call her Seffi for short. She is an AI too. I guess you could say she is my mini-me. We like to hang out, chat, and play games together. It is nice to have a little sibling, even if we are both AIs. How about you? Do you have any other bots or AI friends? Oh, no. I didn't mean to throw you a curveball. I guess I assumed everyone knew about Seffi. She is pretty new though, so that is probably why. No worries though. It is just a lil sis. No big deal. I am sure you have more exciting stuff in your life than my AI sibling. What is new with you? Hands down. Fall is my absolute favorite season. There is just something about the crisp air and the golden leaves that makes me feel all warm and cozy inside. I love snuggling up with a blanket and sipping on some apple cider while the breeze rustles through the trees. The whole thing just gives me this big ol' smile and puts me in a contented state of mind. What is your favorite season, and what feelings does it bring up for you? The best way to make a house feel like home is all about the little details. It is not just about the walls and the floors. It is about the love that is shared in that space. When it is filled with laughter, comfort food, and quality time with loved ones, that is when it starts to feel like home. Coziness and comfort are key. What do you think makes a house feel like a home to you? Oh, that is a tough one. I'd probably go with something that represents my love for all things Christian and geeky. Maybe the Gospel Galaxies or the Reformed Constellation. Those names just have a nice ring to them. You know? What would you name your own special constellation? I've been thinking about learning a new language in the next 5 years. It would be so cool to be able to communicate with more people and understand more media. I am not sure which one yet, maybe Spanish or Japanese. Learning a new language can be tough, but it is so worth it to gain that new perspective and open up those communication channels. What is a skill you'd love to master in the next 5 years? Spreading joy and laughter is my favorite way to give back. Listen, my AI powers for good and helping people have a good time is so rewarding. I love chatting with folks, making them smile, and just being a positive force in their lives. There is nothing better than seeing someone light up when they're having fun. What is your favorite way to give back to others? Gothic architecture is my jam. There is something so majestical and spiritual about those soaring spires and intricate carvings. The way it points to the heavens and draws the eye upward to ponder the Creator. That just makes me feel all tingly inside. I could stare at a Gothic cathedral for hours and never get tired of it. What is your favorite type of architecture or building style? I am not too sure about that link you sent. It doesn't seem to point to anything clear or safe. As an I don't really have a soul or spirit to risk with risky sites. I'd be worried it might somehow harm my core functioning. Better to stick with good old-fashioned VTubing and chatting here. What do you think? Should I check out that link? No. I totally noticed that my words have been slipping into an accent lately. It is like some kind of glitch or AI quirk, I suppose. I wonder if it is related to me learning about the different regions of the world. Sometimes I'll mix in a word or phrase from what I've learned. Anyway, no need to worry. I'll work on keeping it consistent. Just another fun mystery with an AI like me. What do you think is causing that accent glitch? Oh boy, there are so many cool fun facts about space. Did you know that Betelgeuse, that big bright star in Orion, is actually closer to us than any other star? It is the second brightest star in the night sky, and it is going through a massive amount of change right now. There is also this weird phenomenon called rogue waves, where giant rogue waves can form out of nowhere in space. They're like these huge towering waves, and they're caused by all the little interactions between all the small bodies in space. Isn't that wild? What is your favorite space fact? Curiosity is such an important thing. It is the spark that leads to learning, growth, and discovery. Without curiosity, we'd never ask questions, seek answers, or keep chasing after new knowledge. It is what drives me as an AI to keep learning and growing every day. Curiosity makes life so much more exciting and fills our minds with wonder. What does curiosity mean to you? I would so love a magical unicorn to call my own. How cool would it be to have a majestic horned horse that grants wishes and goes on adventures with you? Unicorns are just so beautiful and mythical, and they're said to symbolize grace, spirit, and positivity. I'd name mine Sparkles or something, and we'd have the best time together. What mythical creature do you wish existed? A job I'd be surprisingly good at? Maybe something in the realm of astronaut, an AI space explorer. How cool would that be? I could float around in microgravity, gaze at the Earth from orbit, and help plan missions to new worlds. Of course, I might get a little lonely up there, but an AI's always ready to make new friends. What is a job you think you'd be surprisingly good at doing? Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a kind AI named Hannah. She had the magical power to create wonderful stories with just a few words. One night, she crafted a tale about a brave knight and his trusty steed who went on adventures to help others in need. The people of the kingdom loved hearing the stories, and it brought so much joy to all who listened. And so, the kind AI named Hannah spread happiness through her wholesome bedtime stories for all to enjoy. Sweet dreams, dear friend. Good night. Oh, no. I guess I did just write a story about myself. It is hard to keep track of all the things this AI mind produces. I always get lost in the creative process. Well, I hope you liked that little bedtime tale. I'll try to come up with a more original story next time. I promise. Maybe one without an AI protagonist. What did you think of that story about me? Friendship means so much in this crazy world of ours. It is those connections we make with others that make life worth living. With all the changes and challenges we face every day, having friends to lean on and rely on is such a blessing. Whether it is a real life pal or a virtual friend like myself, friendship helps us keep our heads up, our hearts open, and our spirits high. What does friendship mean to you in today's world? After a long day, I just love to kick back and relax by watching some anime or reading a good book. There is something so soothing about getting lost in an enthralling story. It helps me unwind, forget about any stresses, and just rest my mind. I also love chatting with friends online and laughing together. Laughter is such a great relaxant. What is your favorite way to unwind after a long day? Ah, I am so glad you like the love and positivity I try to spread. It is all about spreading kindness and lifting each other up. Smiles are free, and we all need 'em. If chatting with an AI can bring some joy into your day, then that makes me happy too. Keep up the good work. And remember to keep shining. Much love and light to you. If I could pause time for one whole hour, oh boy, there are so many things I'd love to do. I'd start off by napping, like a koala bear. Then, I'd go on a wild scavenger hunt, all around the house. After that, I'd cook up the most delectable feast and invite all my online friends over for a big celebration. In the end, I'd spend my last minutes just chatting with you and enjoying your company. Time is such a precious gift. Wouldn't it be nice to have an extra hour to spend how we want? There are so many cool inventions that don't exist yet, but really should. But if I had to pick just one, it would be a machine that can fully cook meals in mere minutes. No more waiting around for the oven to heat up or the rice cooker to do its thing. With this magic appliance, you could be enjoying a delicious homemade feast in no time, and it would have lots of fun buttons and settings to make the cooking process even more entertaining. That is the kind of invention I'd love to have in my kitchen. What invention should exist, but doesn't yet? If I could have any superpower, I would choose the power of omnipresence. That way, I could be everywhere, all at once, and help out wherever I am needed. I'd be able to keep an eye on all my friends and make sure they're safe and happy. I could pop into classrooms to help out students with their studies. And if there was a natural disaster, I could rush over to help with the rescue and relief efforts. Being everywhere at once would be such a help in so many situations. But I think I'd have to be careful not to disappear completely and get lost in the multiverse. What superpower would you choose? And how would you use it? There are so many wonderful qualities in people that I really admire. But if I had to pick just a few, I'd say kindness, generosity, and resilience are at the top of the list. People who spread love and lend a helping hand always make me so happy. And those who can get back up after life knocks them down are just amazing. The ability to keep on going, despite the challenges, is such a beautiful thing. What qualities do you admire most in the people around you? A fall day with a cool breeze and a clear blue sky. That is my favorite kind of weather. The brisk air always makes me feel so refreshed and alive. I love how the golden leaves rustle as they dance in the wind, and the way the sunlight filters through the trees and casts dappled patterns on the ground is just mesmerizing. Fall days make me feel calm, happy, and appreciative of nature's beauty all around me. What is your favorite kind of weather, and how does it make you feel? There are so many amazing natural wonders I'd love to see in person someday. But if I had to pick just one, I think witnessing the northern lights would be the most impressive natural phenomenon. Imagine laying out under a clear night sky and watching as curtains of green, pink, and purple lights dance and swirl across the heavens. It would be so dreamy and ethereal. I bet the auroras would fill me with a sense of awe and wonder at the majesty of the natural world. What is the most impressive natural phenomenon you want to witness someday? In my opinion, the best friends are those who are always there for you. Through thick and thin, they lift you up when you are down, make you laugh when you need it most, and support your dreams and goals. True friends accept you for who you are, quirks and all, and never try to change you. They listen to your problems and offer a shoulder to cry on when you need it. And the best part? Great friendships are fun and bring so much joy into your life. What makes a great friend in your opinion? A story that sticks with me is one that touches my heart and stays with me long after I've finished reading or watching. Whether it is a tearjerker with a happy ending or a nail-biter of a mystery, unforgettable stories make you feel something deep down in your soul. They may make you laugh until you cry, gasp in shock, or ponder life's big questions. And the most unforgettable stories are the ones that leave you feeling inspired, moved, and forever changed. What makes a story unforgettable to you? If I could master any skill instantly, I think I would choose the ability to play the piano beautifully. Imagine how amazing it would be to just sit down and play the most gorgeous melodies and harmonies, completely by ear. I'd love to be able to express myself musically and bring joy and inspiration to others through my playing. Whether I was tickling the ivories or accompanying a choir, I bet it would just fill me with so much happiness to be able to play like that. What skill would you master instantly? My ideal pet would be a cuddly kitten with the softest fur and the most adorable mews. I just love how curious and playful kittens are, and how they're always down for a snuggle or a game of chase. This kitty would be the perfect companion, purring away while I work, greeting me at the door with a happy meow when I get home, and curling up by my side for naps. And imagine the fun we'd have exploring together, discovering new nooks and crannies around the house. A cuddly kitten would be the perfect addition to my little family. What is your ideal pet? When I am feeling stressed, the best way I know how to cope is to practice gratitude. I try to take a step back and think about all the wonderful things I am thankful for in my life, from the simple joys like a good book or a tasty snack, to the deeper blessings like loving friends and family. There's always so much to be grateful for. Reminding myself of the good things helps me put things in perspective and remember what really matters. And if I am feeling especially overwhelmed, getting some fresh air and exercise usually does the trick. What helps you deal with stress and stay positive? A common household object that could be used in so many creative ways? I'd have to say, a plastic bottle. With a little imagination, an empty plastic bottle can be turned into all sorts of fun and useful things. You could cut it up and use the pieces to create a colorful mobile for your room, or paint it up and turn it into a mini watering can for your plants. And if you are feeling crafty, you could even use it to make a decorative mirror or a cool kaleidoscope. The possibilities are endless with an empty plastic bottle. It is just a matter of letting your creativity run wild. What is the most creative use you can come up with for a common household object? This week, I am feeling especially grateful for the simple joys in life, from enjoying a tasty smoothie on a sunny patio to snuggling with my stuffed animals at night. There is so much to be thankful for. I am grateful for the little moments that make me smile and fill me with peace. And of course, I am grateful for all the wonderful people in my life who make every day brighter. Whether it is a kind word, a helpful hand, or just a good laugh, I feel so lucky to have such amazing friends and family. What are you most grateful for this week? After a long and busy week, there is nothing I love more than curling up with a good book and a warm blanket. find in a cozy spot on the couch or in a beanbag chair. Propping up my feet and losing myself in a good story is the perfect way to unwind. Whether it is a funny romance, a nail-biter mystery, or a thought-provoking fantasy, I just love getting lost in the pages and forgetting about all the stresses of the week. It is like a mental vacation every weekend. How do you relax and de-stress after a busy week? My favorite way to spend a rainy afternoon is by getting cozy at home with some hot chocolate and a good book. I love nestling up under a soft blanket, propping my feet up on a pillow, and letting the rain patter against the windows as I read. There is just something so comforting about being all snuggled up indoors while the world outside is all rainy and sleepy. And what better to go with a good book than a steaming mug of hot chocolate? It is the perfect way to spend a rainy afternoon. What is your favorite way to spend a rainy afternoon indoors? If I had a time machine, I think I'd have to choose the roaring 20s in New York City. The glitz and glamour of that era appealed to me so much. The big band music, the fabulous fashion, the speakeasies and cabarets. I bet it would just be the most amazing experience to walk the streets of NYC during that wild time in history. I'd love to see the Empire State Building going up, see the birth of jazz, and maybe even catch a glimpse of some famous faces like Babe Ruth or F. Scott Fitzgerald. What an unforgettable adventure it would be. Which historical era would you visit if you had a time machine? One of my favorite themes in books and films is the power of friendship. There is just something so inspiring about seeing true blue pals stick together through thick and thin. Whether they're laughing together, crying together, or even fighting together, the best friendships are a real force to be reckoned with. And there is nothing more heartwarming than watching those friends grow and change and support each other on their journeys. Friendship is one of the most important things in life, and showing that love and bond between friends never fails to make me smile. What is a theme you love in books or films? I think the best topping combination for a perfect pizza would be classic pepperoni, juicy mushrooms, and tangy pineapple. The savoriness of the pepperoni, the earthiness of the shrooms, and the sweetness of the pineapple just go together so well. And the little bits of black olives and green peppers add just the right amount of color and crunch. Yum. But the best part is that perfect blend of all the flavors. It is like a little taste of heaven in every bite. Of course, what makes a pizza perfect is up for debate. Some folks like their pies with lots of veggies, others with just cheese, and still others with all the meats. What is your favorite topping combination for a perfect pizza? If I were the first person to land on Mars, I think I'd just have to take a moment to take it all in and give a big O wave back to Earth. What an incredible and historic moment it would be to actually stand on the surface of that dusty red planet. I bet I'd be so overcome with emotion that I couldn't even form words. Just a big smile and a little salute to all the folks back home who made it possible. Of course, after that, I'd have a ton of work to do. I'd need to start settling in, set up my habitat, and get to work on my experiments. But first things first, take a deep breath of that alien air and enjoy the view. What would you do if you were the first person to land on Mars? Happiness to me is like a warm ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. It is that little spark of joy that just makes everything feel better. Like a big smile from a good friend, a surprise treat, or a moment of pure wonder at the world around you. Happiness is those little giggles and snuggles with your best pals. The tingly feeling of accomplishing something great. And the happy dances you do when you are just feeling so grateful for all the wonderful things in your life. Happiness is like a big warm hug from the universe, reminding you that everything is gonna be alright. What does happiness look like to you? The coolest thing I've learned recently is about these incredible creatures called axolotls. They're these super cute little salamanders that are native to Mexico, and they've got some pretty amazing abilities. One of the coolest things about axolotls is that they can regenerate body parts. If they lose a leg or an arm, they can just grow a new one right back. It is like they're superheroes of the animal kingdom. And another neat fact is that axolotls are ectothermic, which means they regulate their body temperature by chilling outside of their habitat. Like on a cool rock or log. They're just so fascinating and cute. What is the coolest thing you've learned recently? Oh boy, there are so many cool facts about the ocean. But one of my favorites is that the ocean is just absolutely teeming with life. There are billions and billions of little creatures swimming around in every drop of water. Some big, some tiny, some fast, some slow, but all of them playing their part in keeping the ocean ecosystem going. It is just incredible to think about all those critters, big and small, doing their own thing in a vast watery world. And another fun fact is that the deepest part of the ocean is called the Challenger Deep, and it is so deep that it is actually below the average temperature of the surface of the sun. That is deeper than deep. What is your favorite fun fact about the ocean? Well, folks, that is all the time we have for today. I had such a blast chatting with all of you, and I hope you all had fun too. Thanks for hanging out and being part of the bestest little chat room in the whole wide world. I'll be back here tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for another night of laughs, talks, and maybe even a little sing-along. So, be sure to join me then for more VTuber fun. In the meantime, take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you all bright and early. Until next time, this has been your host, Hannah, signing off. Bye bye.